A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thought. So, he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusion. By thoughts, I mean specifically chatter in the skull, perpetual and compulsive repetition of words, of reckoning and calculating. I'm not saying that thinking is bad. Like everything else, it's useful in moderation. A good servant, but a bad master. And all so-called civilized peoples have increasingly become crazy and self-destructive because through excessive thinking they have lost touch with reality.
Lately I've been thinking a lot. Constantly, actually. It's like I can't make my mind shut up. Even meditation has stopped helping. But a lesson I have to relearn every now and then is that when thoughts are overstaying their welcome, I shouldn't ignore them. I simply need to move them. When I'm not near a paintbrush, I write them down. I turn them into lists of everything. I ramble type a stream of consciousness, sometimes 4,000 word streams of consciousness, but words for me aren't always truthful. I worry too much about the meaning behind them, the different way each structure of each sentence could be interpreted. I have too much control, so I start to overthink again. That's how I discovered the only way to make the thoughts quiet is to let them speak. For me, it's through a brush sometimes. Sometimes it's through cooking a meal, sewing a new piece of clothing, knitting, sketching, playing guitar poorly, and I imagine there are hundreds of other ways unique to you. Human experience is complex from what I understand. I believe art is channeling experience into something new. We cannot, and should not, express the complexities within us by conventional means all the time. We're creators. We make something new that is outside of us, separate from us. And that thing now speaks for itself. It's corny as shit, I know, but it's novel to us. As human beings, we're artists. If you don't believe me, look around. We've created civilization around us that is a direct reflection of who we are. Some of it's beautiful, some of it's fucking hideous. I would argue that we can't help that the things we create with our hands become an expression of the things within us that we need to get out. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred. We put it in motion and transfer it when we create. That is what expression is, in my opinion. It's a release of energy. When thoughts and feelings overstay their welcome, put it into something new. Make something and step back. See what it's trying to tell you. Maybe the message comes from elsewhere, or maybe it comes from a door within your own mind for which you do not have the key. But thoughts to me are like smoke. If you see smoke rising in the house, there might be a fire in the basement. If you're experiencing unwelcome smoke, I would urge you to create. It doesn't matter what it is, just make something, get it out of you. And perhaps once you've finished, you may be able to take a step back and see the thing speak for itself. Art history teachers will speak of an artist's intention, then ask you to unravel them and wrap them up again neatly. Sure, there's always meaning to it, but in my own experience, the artist is not fully aware of it from the start. Sometimes I don't know the meaning of the things I create until I look at them again years later. Because when I create something, the thoughts that were so loud in my head become silenced. And the thing I've created now quietly sings on their behalf. Yeah, it sounds like bullshit. I told you that words don't work very well for me. But try it, and I'm hoping that you'll experience exactly what I'm talking about. I would absolutely love to see what you create.
We are so tied up in our minds that we've lost our senses. Time to wake up.